Kaja Granger picks, Bren Esports might be in for a surprise that we actually mentioned early. Might have been a bad omen for our world champions.
We'll have to wait and see if that's going to come true here as we load up into game number 3 for Onic PH versus Bren Esports on week 1, day 2 of MPL Philippines Season 7. Now, we were talking about how Bren might be a bit lax, starting to become lax and play a lot more aggressive. Are they going to play more calculated? What do you think?
I honestly think that Bren Esports, they're going to play a little bit more calculated at this game. Bren Esports, they know that they went in too aggressive for their final fight in Game 2, and that costed them the game. And if you come from that mistake from Game 2, usually your response in Game 3 is to play a more calculated game, a more disciplined game. Again, not that relaxed anymore. You can't do whatever and expect no consequences. And for Bren Esports, drafting this way with both range damage and protection, I feel like the game plan is just that.
Yep, just basically slow it down a little bit more, kind of have more respect for what Onic PH is doing on the field. And I like it. I really like it because, again, Carl TZ is on a hero that doesn't really fight early game that well. That's the Granger. You kind of need some heavy physical penetration items before the Granger can do some pretty solid damage. And they will have to respect the jungle early on. Plus, this is also an opportunity for Onic PH to go for those jungle invades.
Yeah, and Lar might be just too aggressive for that jungle invade. That Electro Final Blow might be just it.
That's it, exactly. Oh, a miss! That was a big miss there on the Flame Shot, but the kill will still go over to Kyrie with the first blood. Again, and it's not just one, it's a double. And then they can get for more here. They can go for that big turtle. Juicy turtle going over the hate would be big. Steal from Rebo will not succeed.
Oh no!
Yeah, with the kickback. Oh my god, they kick out Rebo! And that will be Lusty going down as well for sure.
Oh no! Kyrie with a double kill, ending that fight 4-0-0. Onic PH looks unreal. That comeback from Game 2, it's still bleeding out in Game 3 in Bren Esports. The Kings might look wounded in this fight.
Man, apparently all you need to do is make the gods bleed a little, and that's going to bolster your confidence in taking a team fight.
Oh no!
They absolutely did! What?
A 3v1 the top side, resulting to another kill going to Kyrie. And we have to take note that Kyrie has not burned his battle spell just yet. He still has that flicker for any aggressive play or any defensive play. And that's a 3-minute clock of destiny for Kyrie. And this will just swing a lot of good things for Onic PH. And for Bren Esports, slowing down the game is indeed the only option that they have unless Onic PH pulls a boo-boo of their own.
Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought that Kyrie would be able to scale this quickly? This much. As Flap TZ is again on the top side on the Paquito, has 3 members going in for the kill. Will be able to drop out quickly. And again, that a little bit of latency on the observer. Don't worry, that doesn't affect the game. So here we are. Bren Esports buying some time for Carl TZ on the Granger to go online.
Yeah, and going online with the Granger is the goal for Bren Esports right now, but Flap TZ suppressed to the death, and that's another easy kill for Onic PH, and the fight continues.
Keeps on going as we see Bren Esports. I can feel the concussion of the kills happening here. The rest of the members, they're slowing down, man.
Yeah, and for Onic PH, it looks like Bren is shell-shocked with what they're doing, but that's a feathered airstrike.
Second turtle of the game going over to Onic PH. Oh, man. And Kyrie with a monster kill. Can't even get more if he wanted to, but decides to back off, leave the rest to the team, and it should be no big deal. Flap TZ under the turret has that extra 20% defensive options, defensive capabilities, but will not help him in the long run.
What is happening in this Game 3 Rockhart? We're looking at a 10-1 kill score in the favor of Onic PH, who was below around 14k gold lead in Game 2. And wow, Bren Esports, it looks like they've been I'm not quite sure how to put it into words. Bren Esports, it feels like they're not Bren Esports.
Yeah, they feel like they've been neutered a little bit. You know, I think that's what you're looking for. As we do see Onic PH playing so comfortably with the kickback. There you go with the Way of the Dragon. It's flapped easy, not even able to react in time. Ranger again once more with the Death Sonata, able to slow them down a little bit. Godlike still going to be on Kyrie. Delar as well going down as an answer. And Bren Esports gets a kill of their own in that exchange.
Finally, Bren Esports answers back, but that's just one step for Bren Esports. They need to make sure that this one good thing that happened to them will give birth to more good things, because the gold lead is only growing for Onic PH. We're looking at a 4K gold lead, almost turning into a 5K gold lead for the side of Onic PH, and this is quite huge 6 minutes inside the game. We're yet to see Kyrie once again in a fight, but take note that Kyrie is a 7-0, and this is a Lunox that will hurt and might just overpower Bren Esports in a fight that might happen in the next 2 minutes. Bren Esports, they need to take it slow, and they need to avoid Kyrie in all costs.
Not to mention, Yaknu has that turtle buff earlier on. So now they have so much gold to deal with. They got more items, which means they're more likely to win this coming turtle fight. And that is scary to think of, considering Bren Esports, they've got a Granger that scales out very slowly, and that's going to be a kill. Lusty, just for the vision, won't be able to even make it. And the flicker in! What an aggressive play there! The Divine Judgment slows down, takes out Few, and that's going to be the answer by Bren Esports, down in the dust.
Onic. It's all been Onic for the past few minutes, and Onic, it's not yet stopping here. They're going in for Flap Teasy. They're gonna get down the turret in the bottom side. Oh man, Onic is playing out of their minds right now in Game 3 of Match 2 in Day 2. This is like they're not rebuilding at all. It feels like they're already in the zone.
Yeah, in fairness, Onic has been playing together with this roster for a few months now. We have seen him in a few different tournaments, different ones, and they have been showing signs of improvement, but not by this much, man.
Oh no. Farsa just going in with a feathered airstrike, getting a kill, and that's the third kill of Few already. Might be good for Bren Esports here, but they are already down to their inhibitor turrets. Only the mid lane and the top lane turrets has the second tier turret, and make that the mid lane only. Bren Esports, they're slowly losing map control, and you know how important map control is.
Yeah, Bren Esports always drafts for map control. Almost always with heroes such as a Farsa, such as the Diggy. Get those bombs in, get those bombs on the bush, they can give you vision. However, again, that's not becoming enough, man. The team fights are starting to go in favor of Onic almost all the time.
Yeah, and Dlar, he needs to make sure that he stays a little bit safe here. He's in a very dangerous position. Feathered Airstrike will deal a little bit of damage, but that's going to be just a little bit of tickles coming in from Bren Esports, and tickles are not what they need. They need actual damage, they need actual kills, they need actual objectives. Because if you look at the scoreboard right now, they have no turrets pushed, and that's 0 for Bren.
Yeah, and 7,000 gold at 9 minutes in the game. They also get the bonus, the last minute turtle for Hate. Now, Hate on the Benedetta is just a different beast altogether. I think he just enabled so much for Kyrie, and I can imagine what he can do now that he has the turtle buff.
Yeah, and now Bren Esports, they need to win this 4v1. No, make that a 5v2. That's the ultimate.
Another one by Few. Again, Divine Judgment by Jay on the Kaja. Just catching Bren off guard each and every time. I cannot believe what I'm doing there. And they can go for the push here. Very little that Bren can do in terms of wave clear.
Yeah, and the Divine Judgment has been on point for the Kaja. Flicker in, get the priority target. Onic PH on a roll right now. Might be an inhibitor turret into top side. That's the damage going in!
Oh my gosh, this should be a very difficult push here. But it's not. Onic PH are making it work so well. And now 10,000 gold lead against Bren Esports at 10 minutes. This is unheard of.
Onic PH just silencing the doubters. 10 minutes in, 16-3 is the kill score. 10k ahead of the world champions. Top side is open. Lord is spawning 50 seconds from now in Onic PH. It looks to be their game to take.
Absolutely. Touted as a very, very difficult fight. Supposedly for Onic, they make it look so easy, man. And I gotta find out where Bren Esports is keeping the guns, because I don't see him right now.
Yeah.
Carl TZ 0, 1, and 2 on the Granger.
Yeah, and for Carl Teasy here, again, reigning finals MVP, it feels as if that they're giving this game to Onic for free. They haven't been showing up, as you said. Where are the big guns? Where's the game face on? Where's the game, let's say, the game difficulty? Where's the boss music for Bren Esports? The Bren Esports should be the final boss for any Philippine team, and looks like the boss music is not playing for Bren. The boss music is playing for Onic PH.
That's right. I mean, we were talking about that. They're supposed to be the big villains. The big final boss is the world champions. So far, being handed the very, very decisive battle here by Onic PH. Definitely flexing each and every turn. Gold Graph is a steady uphill climb here. No signs of slowing down.
And Onic PH, they've been finding objective after objective. And Bren Esports, they look shell-shocked. They don't know what to do against this Onic PH squad that's just rampaging around the map. The top side is open, and mid lane and bottom lane looks to be the next objective to take for Onic PH. The Lord is a big option for them to start. But again, what happened in Game 2 is that the Lord was the factor, or maybe the X factor, that tilted the game towards to each other team's favor in Game 2. So the Lord is quite risky, not just for Onic PH, but for Bren as well. If they're able to contest this, if they're able to steal this away, this might just be Bren, but it's going down too fast.
Yeah, and I don't think there is any way for Bren Esports to go near the Lord, let alone go out of their base.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lock-in. That's just the enhanced Lord coming in for Onic PH. Probably won't be enough to go for the push unless Onic PH can make a pickoff, because right now, despite being behind by almost 13,000 gold, Bren Esports has still got some clear on their side.
Yeah,
as long as Rebo stays alive.
And as long as, few as well, they do have a lot of range, a lot of magic damage, a lot of wave clear, as you said, Rockhard. And this is the same scenario that they put Onic PH in Game 2. If miracles happened in Game 2, then I'm quite sure in Game 3 it might just happen too. For Bren Esports, this is the perfect setup to a comeback that they did not want to see in Game 2. This might be their comeback to the comeback of the comeback in Game 2, and there are just layers upon layers of gameplay, and this might just be the final fight.
And here we go. It's going to be a big pick-off here for Jay. Fails on the flicker, but L is going to be able to force off the time journey from Lusty. And now the rest of the fight is happening around the turrets. Flicker out by Flap Teasy. They get hate, and that should be it. But looks like it's going to be the Onic victory instead. Beautifully done there by Onic.